Yeah, so the reason I'm being tough on you is if you sit there and you let people think they can make it from this side to this side just by thinking, it's not going to work. Because what's in the way is this idea, because most people come from my poor dad's side. This is my poor dad's side. And this is my rich dad's side. When I hear people say I need money, it's because you're a poor person. A capitalist doesn't need money. I'm a capitalist. I'm not a socialist or a communist. So I'm being very tough on you because when you look at the problems in the world today, it's because the world is run by socialists and communists. You know, in America, there's a guy named Bernie Sanders, and Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, and Joe Biden, and Bill Clinton, and Barack Obama. They're all communists. They're socialist at heart.
Interesting, Robert.
Trump is a capitalist. How do I know he's a capitalist? You know how I know? He doesn't pay taxes. And it drives these guys crazy. So how does Trump not pay taxes? You know why he doesn't pay taxes?
A lot of the real estate he owns, right?
He doesn't have a job. The only people that pay taxes have jobs.
So Robert, this is.
Am I twisting your brains up now?
No, I love it. I love it. I mean, this is the kind of information that people need to hear, just so they understand the size of the transformation their mindset has to have.
You've got it. You see, right now the problem in the economy is people still think it's the old economy. Yes, they're still thinking the old way.
Yeah, totally.
And my reason for shaking it so hard is then maybe I should look at something else.
And Robert, as parents, something that keeps me up at night is the fact that I want to teach that capitalism, that rich dad side of the quadrant to my kids. How do you start to put in that mindset into your kids and make sure they don't go to the wrong path? How do you start off?
Can't come in my game.
Yep.
That's why the Rich Dad company started with this here, a cash flow game. Okay, and we have a cash flow for kids game, because you cannot teach a kid with words. Kids have to do things. A child cannot learn to be a soccer player with a golf ball. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You have to do something.
Right.
And our school systems punish you for making mistakes. That's why school teachers are criminals. They punish kids for making mistakes. How do you learn if you don't make a mistake? And so then what happens is they're now 25 years old. And, what if I lose my job? What if I fail? What if I make a mistake? Well, they were taught that as a kid. I wasn't taught that way. So it's a good question you just asked me. But the reason I teach this way is because the reason I created the cash flow game, if you look at this here, is that we have 4 intelligences, all human beings. We have mental intelligence, we have physical intelligence, we have emotional intelligence, and we have spiritual intelligence. So when you go to school, all they're doing is talking to your head. And that's where most school teachers are at. Emotionally, most school teachers are terrified of making mistakes. So they tell you don't make mistakes. They punish you for making mistakes. So guess what? You don't do anything. Okay, so you know why I'm a rich man? Because I made a lot of mistakes. But most of the people who are poor haven't made enough mistakes yet. So I'm doing my best. The people are getting blasted in this economy, and it's going to get worse. It's because they went to school. They still think like school teachers.
Yeah, we go back to the same point about education and the transformation that needs to happen for that whole system to change is overwhelming. I mean,
yeah, but it starts in your head, and that's why I'm being so tough on you, is because you're a great leader. If you sit there and give them the same bullshit that school teachers gave them or your mommy and daddy gave you, they're going to be poor. You know, when you say, how's the economy treating me? Shit, I've never made so much money. But I still don't have a job. I'm still kind of hoping somebody will give me a job. Then I have to pay taxes then. Are you getting my drift here? I don't think on this side. I only think on this side. This is poor dad. This is rich dad. It takes a while to make that shift.
Yeah.
So when I say to you, I started a brand, well, I failed many times as a small businessman starting a brand. So finally I said, I better study it. So that's why, I don't know if you ever heard about this, the bands called Duran Duran, The Police, Van Halen, Iron Maiden, Boy George. You know, I started hanging out with those guys studying the branding processes. So then a few years later, I started the Rich Dad brand with my wife, Kim. Let me ask you this. How much is the Rich Dad brand worth globally?
Oh. You can calculate it as a multiple of the earnings it's going to have from the future. I mean, it's millions.
So you're asking me the right questions. I'm just being tough on you. It's because these guys value money. These guys value business. They're capitalists on this.
Right.
And the moment, if your viewers can get the shift in your brains right now, because that's where the change, it only starts here. Nothing outside of you. It's starting right now. So right now, I'm talking to all of your followers because you're a great leader. How do you make the shift this way? You don't have to. But that's the difference that makes the difference for me. You know, I mean, Joe Biden and Obama and all that, they're still this. They're still criminals. You know, Trump and I are on this side. I know people hate Trump, but he's a good man. You know why he doesn't, you know why he doesn't pay taxes? Because he doesn't have a job.
So, and Robert, I mean, I know you're a very professional real estate investor. Also, you've done very well in real estate, and it's something that I encourage a lot of my viewers. No, always have a foot in real estate.
Hold on. Everybody thinks I'm a real estate guy. I have a lot of real estate. But you know why you own real estate?
Why is
the same reason Trump does?
The tax? Yeah.
See, taxes.
Tax benefits.
Look, you got to go back in history. In 1971, the U.S. dollar became debt. They took the dollar off the gold standard because Keynesian economics took over. In 1971, Keynesian economics meant you could just print as much money as you wanted. That's what they teach in school. Most school teachers and most MBA people and all this are communists. They don't know it. The capitalist economic system is called Austrian economics. And that was created by the, I think, Jesuit priest or something. No, St. Thomas of Aquinas. It was a religious order of economists. And they said you can't screw people with the money. But the Keynesians do. So the people that believe in the gold standard are, what do you call that? I forgot, but they're gold standard economists, Austrian school, and there's Keynesian school. So what happened in 71 when the Austrian got kicked out and Keynesian came in, they started to print money like crazy. So what that meant was guys like myself and Trump, debt became free, tax-free. I could borrow as much money as I wanted because that's how the monetary system expanded. So Trump and I borrow money so we can buy real estate, and the more money we borrow, the less tax we pay. But they don't teach you that in school. So I'm doing my best to, I can't teach all this in one day. But the thing is, unless a person changes what goes on up here, they keep thinking like my poor dad here. They try to work harder, you know, they try to make more money, and they only pay more taxes. You don't get that from there. because they're printing money faster than you can work for it.
Robert, I have to ask, and this is something that usually people from Latin America, as you know, I'm from Mexico. We have people from all Latin America listening. People from Latin America will tell you that it's harder to do business here because of the bank conditions, because of the uncertainty of the economies here. What's your view when you do business outside of the United States? I mean, when you're in an emerging economy, do the same principles apply? Have you felt specifically that Latin America is a region where you might be interested in investing? I mean, what's your sense on the Latin American, say, perspective?
It doesn't make any difference to me. It's only in your head. Look, I only deal with people I trust. And if you deal with people you don't trust, you'll get screwed. We all know that. I don't care if they're Americans or Hondurans. If you do business with a communist, they're going to steal from you. Like, I would never do business with Joe Biden or Bill Clinton or Obama. They're criminals. But Trump is my very good friend. We make a lot of money together because I trust him. We're capitalists. Those guys are socialists and communists. So I'm being as hard as I can because you are this leader and you're a thought leader. But until a person changes their thoughts, so a lot of times the excuse is, oh, it's so hard to do it in this country. Well, everybody said the same thing with me growing up in Hawaii. Hawaii was so expensive. And they use that as an excuse. Oh, Hawaii is so expensive. Yeah, I made a fortune in Hawaii. But I know the laws. I have good attorneys. I have good accountants. But I operate from this side here, like my rich dad. That's why I wrote Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Another thing is this here. If you look at this, this is from the cash flow game. This is all Rich Dad, Poor Dad is. Rich Dad, Poor Dad is a book on accounting. Okay, income statement, balance sheet, statement of cash flow. If you're going to be an entrepreneur, I don't care if you're in Nicaragua or California, which is even more crooked than Nicaragua. You still have to know this, but 99% of the people don't know what this is. That's why they get in trouble. They don't teach this in school.
Yeah.
If you can understand that, it's because your school teachers are criminals. My school teachers, your school teachers. That was the story of Rich Dad, Poor Dad.
And it's such amazing that you had the opportunity to make that. I mean, for that to happen when you were a kid. I mean, that story is amazing. And when
but Carlos, you're doing the same thing my rich dad did for me. You're doing it for thousands of people. Do you understand how vital your ability to shake people up is? When I was 9 years old, I'd go home and catch hell from my poor dad. He said, "Did you do your homework?" I said, "No, I went to collect rent." I used to go work for my rich dad. Do you know what I mean? But you have to choose. So Carlos, your job as an educator, as a leader, is to shake people up. Don't keep them complacent. Oh, you have a college degree, you're safe. No, you're not. It means you're more stupid than the other guy.
I actually, my book is actually me. Let me just show you, just so you know that I'm on the same track. This is my book. It's called The 11 Lies of Business Schools.
Good.
So
that's you keep shaking them up, man. You keep making them upset. You keep keeping them honest.
So believe me, I've learned a lot, Robert, from your model, and I mean it has been a great ride. Thank you very much, Robert. So we'll see you soon. We'll see you at the event.
Yeah, Carlo, keep shaking them up now, okay?
I'll make sure we keep doing that. And Latin America loves you, Robert, just so you know. Everybody over here, we love you.
Yeah,
this thing's over, we want you in vacation in Mexico. You make sure you schedule that too.
I love Mexico. I love Mexico, man. Thank you. Thank you.
We'll see you soon, Robert. Thank you very
Thank you.
much.
Okay, bye.
Okay.